thank you guys for being here again. I apologize for the technical difficulty. And I wanted to introduce Brian Dow from Flex Benefits. And Flex Benefits is a product that's available to you and your agents through Allied. Flex Benefits is a supplemental product that you can offer as a voluntary product to your groups. They have list bill availability, and they also have a nice product portfolio, which include individual accident, CI, optional wellness and optional sickness benefits for office visits and hospital. But the really nice product within their portfolio is their individual DI that you can add as a rider. So very different, something you'll be able to offer your groups. You don't have to have a group eligibility. It's a voluntary basis. It's very easy to enroll and pick out plans. So Brian's going to go over that for you today. And when he's done, I will, if I have time, I'll go ahead and give you some quick updates, but I'm going to go ahead and let Brian go first.
Thank you. I am just trying to pick out the proper screen. It doesn't give me a choice for some reason, but I'm just going to move my content around here and then I'll get started. Thank you. Okay, there we go. It wasn't too bad. So thank you all for having me with you today. Flex Benefits is excited to offer supplemental products that go alongside the ACA market, marketplace plans, small group plans. We also have benefit designs fit alternative coverages like STM and other products in that order, in addition to Medicare Advantage. So we're going to focus today on our core product design, and then we'll get a little bit into the benefit options that we share. So I'll just get started. So it is a voluntary group product when it comes to the list bill approach. So we are offering first dollar benefits that feature Flex Accident and Flex Critical Illness products, plus Smart Clever Health as a virtual care option. So those are optional benefits. Why do first dollar benefits matter right now? There's a couple of things I wanted to point out. People think about this every day, but medical debt impacts 100 million Americans. So the average debt per person is about $2,200. And the Supreme Court recently struck down, or the federal judge did recently struck down the medical debt protections that were from the Biden era. So a person who doesn't pay their medical bills, once again, might have troubles, buying a vehicle, getting a home loan. It might impact the cost of that debt. So when it comes to employers that are concerned about their employees, obviously the total cost of care and some of the burdens that are represented go across the market, and definitely will be impacting some employees either in their company or in nearby companies. So it'll be in your portfolio somewhere. There'll be an impact. So there's also an issue that creates the affordability issues for seeing care. So not just premiums, but actually using your plan has started to become an impact, where Kaiser Family Foundation is saying 45% of employees skip or delay a medical care. So the average deductibles in out-of-pockets have been going up. And while a small group plan, according to Kaiser, has roughly $2,500 out of pocket, what we see, locally, and what I've been hearing agents talk about, is it's closer to $3,500 for smaller groups, and that the max out of pocket then for a family can range from $4,000 or up to $10,000. So because those max out of pockets tend to creep up on people. So we're offering plans to take the sting out of out-of-pocket expenses, taking the total cost of healthcare, being the premium plus what you pay out of pocket. By moving more of that risk to Flex Benefits, we can help save families money on the total cost of healthcare. even, most of families can't afford even $1,000 medical expense. There's lots of studies on this. Recently, Yahoo Finance claims that 50% of Americans have an average savings account of less than $500. That doesn't include, of course, their retirement savings or any home equity, but those are, supposed to be for another purpose. And certainly it's hard to save for the future when you have nothing up front today. So the impact is pretty clear when it comes to some of these out-of-pocket deductibles being much more than what people have and can afford to pay. So there's also something I wanted to cover is that HSA plans and flex benefits fit very well together. So you might think, well, if I have an HSA account that has money in it, why would I want a supplemental benefit plan? Well, the reality is that if you use your HSA, you've got to put money back in it. So that takes money out of very limited spending accounts. We've already seen it's fighting for the family dollar. But if you have a flex benefits account, you can have an HSA. You pay the bills through the HSA account, but you fund your HSA with your flex benefits dollars. So any claims that we pay out get paid out in cash. You put that in your HSA account. What that does is it means you get a tax credit whenever you take that approach. So when you're putting money from, let's say that we have a benefit of $3,000, you put it in your account, depending upon the tax bracket you've got, you might have made, increased the value at the end of the year to that household by $1,000 tax savings. Looking at what our products are and some of the benefits that they have, or where the need comes from. So accidental injuries cause 40 million ER visits every year. If 1 in 3 men and 1 in 2 women will have cancer in their lifetime. Heart disease is the leading cause of death globally. Strokes impact 1 million Americans every year. There's over 34 million hospital stays per year. Those are post-COVID numbers as well, so they're not as high as, of course, the ones were a few years ago. So what is Flex Benefits? Flex Benefits is a package of benefits that can be customized to the group or to the employee, where we have accident medical expense, critical illness, accident disability income, hospital surgical and surgical indemnity benefits, accident death and disability, and a $0 copay unlimited use telehealth product. The overall plan features, this plan can be issued to anyone who is 18 up to age 79. Coverage expires when they reach the age of 85. Similar to an ACA style plan, children are allowed to stay on the plan and enroll in the plan up to age 26. It is all guarantee issue. And this is where it might differ from other group products that you see in the market, is that you might not be able to sell some of the benefits to a group of size 1, 2, 3 employees. You might need to have 5 participants in order to enroll. We don't have any of those limitations when it comes to our products. So they're a guarantee issue. If the owner of the business wants to enroll in $30,000 of critical illness, they can enroll in $30,000 of critical illness. So there's no tobacco loads. There's no annual rate increase. So on the anniversary of the plan, we don't increase it. No age band rate increases that they'll get over time either. There may be a rate increase that is applied to the whole program at some point in the future, but those are not planned. Looking at our accident benefits, we have the accident medical expense benefit that can be purchased from $1,500 to $30,000. So if you have a group plan that has a max out of pocket of $7,000, you can purchase the next closest limit that we have on AME, and you can actually cover relatively inexpensively any expenses that person might have related to an accident. So there's no deductible. There's a nice long 180-day treatment period, and the calendar, and it has a calendar year benefit. So those benefits reset each year. Important to note that if you have a 180-day treatment period and you have an accident in October, that means your benefits refresh in January, So we'll be able to also pay under that new year, which has a new deductible on their core plan. They're going to be able to continue to receive benefits from Flex for that treatment, which might just be physical therapy or something like that. So the AD&D is $25,000 for adults and 12.5 for children. So it's a meaningful final expense should there be an accident. Accident disability income, you can choose between $500 and $1,500 per week. It pays benefits up to 13 weeks before 14 with a 14-day elimination period. So the accident disability product is for the primary only, so it would be for the employee, not the family. But it would be there to replace income. You do not have to tie it to their current income. It can be tied to whatever that they can afford to buy. So they would buy what they would need for covering their household expenses. It can continue to pay any of their out-of-pocket premiums, that type of thing. There's some small employers that don't have access to short-term disability due to the fact that they don't meet those participation requirements I talked about earlier. So when I think of, wanted to share with you the accident medical expense, this is not a plan like other gap plans where you would say, okay, I'm going to pick hospitalization benefit, I'm going to pick ancillary, I'm going to pick this, and there's 20 different things, and they get paid. If they get an accident, they get paid $1,500, $250 for the various things. This for accident benefits, we're going to cover their expenses that they have out of pocket. So they'll have to submit a bill to us, but we're going to cover those up to the amount of coverage that they've purchased, which does mean but they've got all of these benefits. So it's really pretty much everything you need, from dental services for broken teeth, eyeglasses, physical therapy. If it's a longer issue, skilled nursing facilities, emergency room treatment, all that stuff. So that's here for the benefit of your clients. Now, looking at the indemnity riders then pay on a sickness basis. Now, these are a choice that you would make, and you would, oftentimes we find people picking the accident and the hospitalization benefits. But we also have ER, physician office visits, surgery, and wellness. So the surgery, if you think about that for a moment, it pays a 25% anesthesiology benefit on top of it. So that if you picked $1,000 surgical benefit, you're going to get $1,250 of benefit after that surgery. And that also could be inpatient or outpatient. So inpatient means you're going to get that benefit on top of the hospital benefit. Lex critical illness, we cover cancer, heart attacks, stroke, coronary artery bypass, and major organ transplants. It's actually a very attractive rate that we have on these. You can get by face values up to $30,000. The actual total lifetime value of that policy is 2 times the face value. So you can get to that 60,000, let's say, under that example, up by using it on multiple occurrences. You can have a cancer claim and a heart attack claim and a stroke claim at different levels of benefit until the benefits are consumed. And the recurrence coverage we do have as well. So you will earn back up to 50% of the original benefit over a 5-year time frame. So if I have a cancer claim and I'm free of cancer for 5 years, I'm going to have another opportunity to earn that. It builds up. So there's 10%, 20%, 30, 40, like over that 5-year time frame. So there's a 30-day waiting period before you can have a claim for these conditions. It does not cover pre-X. It is the first diagnosis of coverage as a qualified event. So on the virtual card, so if you think about this from an employer perspective, I might be giving people benefits which might minimize the impact of if somebody's worried about this, right? If they're worried about, hey, could this drive claims up because my employees no longer have this larger out of pocket? Well, you can always sell and leave a gap in between our benefit, first dollar benefits, and the total on pocket somebody might have. Or you could look at, hey, we've got smart virtual care. I'm not necessarily going to give them physician office and urgent care benefits, but I give them this benefit here instead. And that way, a person can use these benefits to avoid a trip to bricks and mortar. There is no copay for using this. It's unlimited, and it also includes virtual mental health. And a lot of employers are in areas that are rural, and they don't have access to quality mental health care services without traveling 90, 100 miles. It might take 6 months to get an appointment. So this application, this tool, might be viewed as a duplicate of some other services that they have that provide virtual urgent care or a nurse line, but it goes beyond that because you can help somebody out if somebody has diabetes and needs foot care or needs to have their A1C checked. They can order labs through the app and actually go straight to the lab, have that drawn, and then have it read. So they don't necessarily have to have that $250 office visit that goes with their normal treatments. So looking at this from a list bill process perspective, the employee has the ability to create a group simply by putting in the group name, number of pay periods, they create a start date. They can also create an end date for quoting so that you don't wind up having late applicants coming in, which are a surprise to the employer on the monthly bills. You can reopen this start date and end date to add new people at any time. The employer does have to complete a list bill application that's downloaded. They fill it out and provide it back to us. We then connect that group and that payment information on the employer application together, and that is how we process payments. So the enrollments and the group are tied through a billing number that is entered on the form. So when you enter, then you enter or import a census. So we have the ability to import a census for all family members and all employees, or you can just enter it. Some agents, if it's a group of 2 or 3, they just go ahead and create the quote themselves. You can download both the completed applications, but also you can download the rates of the proposed products. So you can review the rates with the employer prior to presenting it to the employees, if that is a step that you need to go through, which it often is. So once that is approved and you're ready to move forward with employee enrollment, employee engagement, then you can send the employee the enrollment materials via text or email, and then they can complete those. So they can do them with your help, or you can have them do that, complete it on their own. Then you export that, as I said before, you can export that file then at the end that has all of the active or submitted applications that would then need to be entered into payroll for payroll deduction. So that is the general information about the products. As I pull up the presentation for just reviewing the actual tools now, is there any questions? I have to pull this over now too.
And if you do have any questions, you can add them to the chat, and we can go ahead and get those answered for you.
Thank you, Robert. So from an enrollment perspective, where did it go? There. Can you see my screen, Robin?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay, it's back to you. Do you have it?
All right. It's back to me. Okay. All right. Yes, you can see my screen now. Thank you very much. So I just logged in a moment ago. So you do have the ability to create groups, and then the employees fall under the group. So here's a test group that I've set up. It's account number 80017. This is all test data. And you can edit a group. You can create a group very similar way. This is the form you use. You can limit it though to the packages that are available to you. You can say, I want to provide 1, 2, or 3 different products that you can share with the group. Multiple groups allow choice. And then you also, or you could just limit it down to 1 product and take away a lot of the choice. So you can say Flex Protect is accident only, for instance. So you could provide access to that, or Flex Protect Pro, which we do see Pro and Freestyle being used a lot in the group world. So you could just select that one. So I edit it and say that. And now what I can do is I can share this link with an employee directly and just let them shop, right? Or I can actually upload a census or create a quote with them and personalize that coverage and lock it down to a specific set of benefits that have been agreed upon. So that process is there. If you wanted to search for people that are related to that group, you go to the quote side, and then you could just put in the group name, and it should give me anybody that I've created if I've got test quotes out here for it. So there's one test quote for Technor Plumbing. And so you can then work that quote. You can either open that old quote or you can share that with a client. If I create a new quote, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back. I'm going to, if I create a quote for a group, I want to make sure I create it from the group account. And that way it always winds up getting tied to the group. So if I create a group here this way, then I'm actually now quoting it under Technor Plumbing. So now the whole thing all ties together, and I'll see what products are available to me as an employee of Technor Plumbing. Here, I'm going to put a 302. All right, so now I only selected Flex Protect Pro for this, so that's the benefits that are showing. So I would select this package, but then you can, as an agent, leave this open to the client or to the employee to choose, or you can go in here and you could say, hey, I'm going to adjust this for that individual to be $10,000 worth of coverage, and they need $750 per week. There's the hospital benefit we talked about, and now I've got a new quote of $70. Now this quote in particular does have Clever Health built into it, so if they've got that coverage already through that service already through another product, you can take that off. This does allow you to make those changes. We do have some products in the Flex Gap where that's not defaulted on, but typically because it's a great way to make some extra money as an agency, we leave that turned on for most of the benefits, except for those that are designed to hit that really low income point where someone may not have that income to be able to pay for that stuff. So that's the process. Now, if you had created the group quote yourself, this would already be included in it. When you upload a census, you actually have the ability to add the person's contact information, emails, phone number, address, all that stuff right in the census, but it is optional. So if I filled this out, this is all it really takes to complete the application. There's an optional beneficiary name. And then if you're still working the quote, you can share it with the employee this way via email or SMS message. If you're in an in-site visit and you're sitting across the cafeteria table or whatever it is, an office next to HR, you can go ahead and you can click this button and just say that the employee's with us, and then you go through the terms and conditions and sign it. Now, there is no payment information attached to this application. So it's signed, continue, and this is just you accept the terms. There's a list bill. What this does say to the employee is, hey, should I leave my employer, I can continue this coverage. I just need to provide my own payment method, and they can continue coverage. So this is a coverage that can be portable. So I want to bring that up. So accept and submit, and you're done. And then immediately the employee will receive a package that shares with them the benefit selections, the application. Then in a day to 3 days, typically, they'll actually get a login to our back office where they'll be able to view their own account, view their benefits, view anything that they need, submit claims, and everything else. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. Just want to make sure if we have any questions that we address those.
I do not see any questions. Sounds like you did a pretty good job there.
Well, thank you. Well, if anybody has interest in this, we can do one-on-one sessions, training sessions with your team, whatever you would like. Robin will make sure that you've got our contact information, and we will more than happy to sit down with you and personalize this discussion.
All right.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, we're going to switch back now to my screen. So let's see. Robin, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you want to go ahead and tell me when you want me to forward, I'll go ahead and do that for you.
Okay. Can you make it the full screen, like a presentation, so I don't see the side on the side?
I've been trying, but it's been going over to the right side and it won't allow me to see that side.
Okay.
So I didn't.
No
Oh,
worries.
wait a minute.
No worries.
I might be able to do it. I'm just. How about that? Did that work?
Nope. Oh, yeah, there
Nope.
it is. Perfect.
Yay. All
Okay.
right.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Brian, thanks so much. I think it's a great product for anybody to have in their portfolio, especially when they're talking to, this is something small groups probably aren't getting, this information about these supplemental products because they're 5 lives and the employer doesn't want to worry about it. But this is an easy way for you. You can create a plan or 2 plans for the group, and you can pick what the group wants and put it out there and they can do it. Or you can simply have the link. Once you get contracted, you get a personalized link for Flex Benefits, and you can put that link on your website. You can send it out to someone who's interested. So they make it very, very easy for you to be able to provide these great products, supplemental products to your groups and to the employees within that group. So the next slide. I just wanted to go over a couple things. There's been a couple things in the news as far as healthcare premiums going up. So I'm sure everybody saw the Wall Street Journal article. You can go to the next one. The Wall Street Journal article that stated that 2026 is probably going to have about the highest increase in 15 years for employer-sponsored health insurance premiums. And, that's not good news for employers. Many employers want to be able to offer their employees something, and it's just getting more and more difficult with the plans that are canned. Well, I'll call them cans, right? They don't have a lot of flexibility. And the things that are driving these big increases are high cost of care, right? More utilization of care, and then insufficient rates. If you're quoting whether it's a new carrier or carrier that has rates that seem too good to be true, they probably are. So next slide. Allied National, I think, provides you with products and services that can help your employers throughout this next year and beyond with the high cost of premiums. So, our array of plan designs. We have guaranteed issue plans with the MEC plan, the Cost Saver, which offers an MVP. So now they can be compliant with A and B with the Cost Saver plan. And we also have our major medical plans. And so we also offer, many times agents and employers, they want a PPO plan because that's what they know. And, we provide PPO plans, national networks, but we're seeing more and more interest in what we call a hybrid plan. And that hybrid plan is blending PPO and reference-based pricing. So your PPO is for your day-to-day expenses, you know, your office visits, your urgent care specialists, things like that. But then when you have to get into your surgery and inpatient care, then it switches over to reference-based pricing, and then that will really give the members the best of both worlds. They can go to their provider still and in the provider network and get a copay, but then when those large claims come in, they're going to get that higher than average claims discount from the reference-based pricing. And then we have our Freedom Access reference-based pricing plans that are the most affordable. We have benefits that you're going to see over the next couple of months that we're going to provide that is going to make that reference-based pricing seem more like a network to an individual. So look for that to come in a couple of months. Telehealth. We've now added telehealth, a new telehealth benefit to all of our plans. To the MEC plan now has it, Cost Saver has it, and the major medical plans have it. So that helps with the utilization. And really, if you think about it, the costs for the higher costs for care, the provider fees are going up on the networks. So by providing the reference-based pricing, even if you did a hybrid plan, it's going to allow you to get better premiums for your employer and better claims adjudication as well, and claims discounts. The higher cost of care, we have built-in cost containments that can help high-cost drug claims. We provide programs that try to lower those expensive drugs and therapies for our members. We have medical plan features that offer weight programs, and they offer one-to-one counseling. We also have an included behavioral health care management support, and that's for depression, substance abuse, all of those things that you're hearing more and more about for behavioral health. And all of this happens on the back end. So we get the claims, we see that there may be an issue, and then we put these programs in place and we do outreach to the members. So a lot of that's happening and people probably don't even know about it, but something good to know when you're talking to your employers that these are already included in the benefits. And then again, insufficient rates. We've seen carriers come in and out of this market. Level funded has been a market where people have come in and gone out, and that's because of their pricing, to be honest. And we price groups in the group's best interest. I like to say we do, the right things right when no one's looking. So we've always taken the employer's best interest in mind and put those rates, and rated that group. We have an 85% renewal or retention of our groups year over year. That's not a phenomenon. That's not a fluke. That is year over year. We range from 84 to 86% in retention. And 46% of our groups get a claims refund from their unused claims fund. And we don't keep a dime of that. We pay 100% back to that employer. So just important things that you might want to look at or pick out when you're doing your compare with your groups, with the other carriers and us. I think it's really important that those things, that those things, because we are rating that group because we want that group to stay. Next one. Just something new that's coming out. I just want you to know you'll probably see it this next coming month for renewals. We have a new renewal packet coming, so you're going to get the same plan comparison that you did before. Your current plan and then your renewal plan with the premiums. But with that, you're also going to get alternative plans. So we're going to put alternative plans there for you, so you don't have to come back to it and ask us for that. We're going to go ahead and put those in there for you so that you can show your employer. All they need to do is sign which plan they want, and then we will send out the new renewal packet to them, and we'll get the new employees and put those on the document, on the plan as well. We have tried to streamline that process as well, so we're going to have pretty much one packet within Adobe Sign that the employer will be able to sign and then send back to us. So that's coming. You should see that. I think it's a great new addition, and I think it hopefully will save you time and you'll get the alternatives that you need. And then lastly, the next slide. I wanted to just tell you, if you haven't heard, about Recurral Health. So Recurral Health is our new virtual urgent care provider, and this isn't how it was before, where someone would pick something and then be reimbursed. This is, you go through Recurral Health. The member packets are all going to have Recurral Health included. The website has a page dedicated to Recurral Health, and basically it's free and unlimited virtual urgent care with a $0 copay. It's included, again, in all of our plans. It's 24/7 access. They have a nice feature where you can do it by phone, you could do it by video, you could do, by your mobile phone, you could do by web, desktop, however it works for you. You can contact them that way, and then they will also coordinate with your primary care. And they also help you with, if you get a if you get a diagnosis, they'll also help you through that and let you know what you should be looking for and what you should do and things like that. So really nice plan included in all of our plans, which is super nice. Next slide. We went over flex benefits. I hope you guys enjoyed that presentation. I think that these plans are excellent plans for you to be able to help your clients with their out-of-pocket expenses, their employees, and also be able to, any more products you have with the group, the stickier they are, right? So be able to offer more products to that group. And if you could just go to another slide, I just want to mention again that we do have an agent bonus out there. We're starting to get a lot of traction on that, which is great. You should see some emails from me coming out. I'll be able to tell you, hey, you've got an agent or two that's qualifying for the bonus, keep going, so we can get that bonus paid out. So again, if you need information on this and want to promote it, just let us know. We can do that for you. And again, if you need any information on either flex benefits or any of our plan designs, you have our contact information, which I think is on the next slide. Oh, next one. You have our contact information, myself, the account executives, in which you can reach out to, and we'll get back to you. Again, Brian, there is a question for you on flex benefits. Is it available in Washington State?
No, we're not available in Washington. Sorry about that. We are available in 28 states, but not Washington.
Yeah. And if anybody would like the state availability, just let me know. I can get that out to you as well. So I'm sorry I kept you over. I apologize for all the technical difficulties we had today. Next month will be better, I promise. So if you can, next month we'll have, I didn't update this last slide. I apologize about that. I will have another date for you. I know it's going to get into crunch time next month, so you probably don't have a lot of time, but if we have something new that we can get out to you and you can make it, I hope to see you there. Again, please reach out to me if any questions. And thank you for your business and your support, and we'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.